Hey, this is unexpected, and this is the theme of today, unexpected. Hello, everyone. We are for a treat for 15-20 minutes maximum, and I'm really blessed while I'm still here. Sorry if I am fading away because I need to recharge my battery, not my inner battery, but my laptop battery. So today, in fact, in 90 minutes, I'm going to my amazing group, 90 minutes or so at 4:30 EST. And I was not sure about the theme, but now I'm sure. And so it came through unexpected, which is imprévu. So by instance, I'm going to wrap up this by putting, yes, I was having already on the label. So imprévu, imprévisible. There is no verb such as imprévoir, I think, but it's like I am and then prévoir. Prévoir is a verb to foresee, see in advance. And my friends, I am pouring out this theme for today because I was expecting to make my Expresso video in a park in nature. But 20, 30 minutes ago, I was looking at the sky. I was thinking, ooh, there are some drops out there. I was having already a clue, probably 1 hour ago, with some drops, but I was not expecting that it was raining. I was expecting a full day of sunshine. And so I am just checking in if you are listening well through YouTube and if you are listening well through LinkedIn. So because even it's before the 45-minute mark, but I'm happy to pour some espresso before that. So this is the time that I pour some espresso out there, and I am live to make already my coffee. You know, the sound that you are hearing right now is me preparing coffee. Of course, it's 8:45 in the evening. Usually, I don't put some coffee out there in my system, but you know, it is a time for a change and to have also some chocolate in my coffee to console myself about this amazing experience that I was having, which was having to cope with the unexpected, my friend, which was dealing with heavy rain. Yes, heavy rain. So, I'm preparing some coffee. And so, the theme of today is unexpected. And the verb in English is unexpect, I think, or expect something that is different, you know. And so unexpected, something that is not previsible, which is not foreseen. So see is to voir in French. VOIR is voir, and is a verb that is really used at any sauce, by the way. Through the prefixes and through the suffixes, like voir, vision, and there is also voyant, which is not only it's a present participle. And bear with me while I'm pouring some coffee. You might have some background noise, but it is okay. It is live. It is. We are live. And am I live on YouTube? Yes, I am live on YouTube. And am I live on LinkedIn? I will check in a bit. Let me know in the comments how are you feeling while I am pouring some espresso out there. So again, apologize for the background noise. You are free to comment on the live if you are live with me or on the replay team. If you are listening to this video, which is in fact more an audio than video because you will not see me on camera this time, maybe in future sessions, but no, not this time. And so because it's an express or it's 20 minutes, I don't have the will and the need to be on stage, while I admit not fully present to you because I am pouring some coffee out there, and the theme of today is unexpected. It was unexpected for me to have this heavy rain and thunderstorm. I was thinking that today would have been a fully sunshine day. I was taking some time in the park to dive into Jessica's co-working session and also Peggy's session and also Jamie's session. And then I was tapping into the co-working of Jessica, and then I was feeling 1, 2, 3 drops going down. And I was thinking, what? What? Yeah, my friends, it was unexpected because I was expecting the sun to be shining and without any rain, although it was a cloud in the sky, it was a bit like, ooh, I should have known that when you see clouds in the sky, there are a huge chance that there's going to be rain. But I was thinking, nah, not going to rain. But it was. So, my friends, unexpected is the theme of today, which is imprévu in French and imprévisible. So, I will put on some French vibes during this CaféDuBien Expresso. Feel free also to tell me in the comments how are you feeling, because it's a CaféDuBien, it's a mental health. And while I'm preparing my coffee and I'm checking in LinkedIn if I am live. Am I live in LinkedIn and audible? Am I live in LinkedIn audible? Yes, but I need to put my voice more near my mic, so I apologize for that. I am checking right now how is the depth of my mic right now. Normally my mic is fully on. Yes, it's fully on. I just have to be more conscious about my mic. So let me know in the comments how are you feeling today while I am preparing some coffee for myself. And the theme of today is unexpected. Something that is unexpected, imprévisible, imprévu. Something that you cannot préver. Pré is a suffix. Pré, P-R-E. Like pre is like before. And then post is in advance. And so there is no post prévoir, I think, but there is prévoir. Post voir. No, there is prévoir because there are something that you can see, voir, something that you can revise, revoir, something that you can foresee, prévoir. And there is also voir. Yeah, I think there is not so much suffix out there. Although there are some words that are having different or more prefixes. So, prévoir, something that you can foresee. For is in advance, and then after is after. So, yeah, and then there is the prefixes like prévoir, revoir, and voir. And then there are the suffixes. So prefix, suffix, and suffixes are like vision, visible, like I am visible. Je suis visible right now on front of my camera, but I'm going to be back already. Visible. Visible is visible. There is vision, which is vision. And of course, there is also prévision, intervision, intervoir. It's not a verb that is used often, but intervision, intertwine, like between, together. And my coffee is ready. Amazing, amazing espresso. What else? So, my friends, my coffee is ready. And sorry for the noise. You will have to cope with the noise for a while. I am busy. And my coffee is ready right now. Woohoo! That I was foreseen. that my coffee would be ready, of course. But it was not the case for the weather. So that's why instead of having my video or my audio in the nature with you, enjoying the rest of the lights in the nature, it was unexpected that I had to cope with the weather and the rain, la pluie. And in my group, in 90 minutes, my FIG group, French in Itis group, I will talk about the weather and also about probably, yeah, the weather for sure. I will see if there are other themes. So, imprévu, imprévisible. So, prévoir, or let's say, start with voir, V-O-I-R. This is an irregular verb. So, there are, it means that the verb is not applying to the classic first group, like aimer, A-I-M, then E-R. Like the root is A-I-M, and then the declination infinitive is A-R. E-R, sorry, aimer. And here, voir, V-O-I-R, V-O-I-R, as you see, prévoir, which is foreseen, see, to see. And voir is an irregular verb. So an interesting way to realize that there are verbs finishing by IR in the second group and verbs finishing by IR in the third group also. That are different, even finir, to finish, and dormir, to sleep, and grandir, to grow, and nourrir, to nourish, and mourir, to die. So voir, to see, is part of the irregular verbs. And so there are the prefixes prévoir, revoir, and there are verbs that are looking like with V-O-I-R, but are not the same because not the same root. Like avoir, to have, has nothing to have with voir. Other way of saying in the conjugation. Same with savoir, to know. Nothing to have about voir, but voir and prévoir and revoir. But I know that in English it might be not the same because voir in English is to see, revoir to re-see or to revise, and prévoir to foresee. And so voir, there are also prévoir, that's the prefix, and then the suffixes that are like could be conjugations or could be noun or adjective. Like prévoyant, prévoyant, pré plus voyant, voyant. In fact, just the word voyant, V-O-Y-A-N-T, that you see also on the label. There it comes from voir, but it's voyant could be someone who is foreseeing the future, like with the crystal ball. Could be also luminous signal, like le voyant lumineux, voyant, a little LED signal that you see, voyant. Or the traffic jam light, voyant feu rouge. Feu rouge, by the way, feu is fire. So voyant is not only a present participle, but also the noun and adjective. Il est prévoyant. He is vigilant, foreseen, aware. And then there is prévu. And prévu could be the past participle of voir, prévoir, because there is vu. There is also revu, for revoir, revu. So as long as you know the conjugation of the verb voir, you know also de facto the conjugation of the verb prévoir, revoir. That are the same, like revoyant, although they are also the noun vision, vision, V-I-S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N, vision in French. There is vision, of course. There is also révision, from revoir, prévision, from prévoir, intervision, but that's more like there is no intervoir in the verb, but it's, there is a intervision, and probably also transvision. I don't know. But it's really interesting to work about the nouns and the adjectives and the root. So prévoir. Oops, sorry. I was not knowing this sound. I hope this, oops. That's me saying that it's time to have a pause. So I'm going to have a pause and mute myself. And so I am back for a few minutes, but I was like in my co-working space, virtual, from Jessica, that I say hello, and I was in my stream. And then at some point I was like having this timer, and I was thinking, "Ooh, what's happening?" Oh, but because I was forgetting I was in my co-working space too. So what a blessing to use that time of co-working and to film my video. But in 5 or 6 minutes, I'm going to end this video. Anyway, this stream. Let me know in the chat how are you feeling also, because it's a CaféDuBien, and also you thought about the theme of today, something that is unexpected. And it was the case because the weather was not what I expected to have. I was expecting to have a sun shining, and then it was a cloud, and then raining, heavy rain and thunderstorm. So I was rushing to be in my home place, and now I'm comforting myself with coffee. So prévoir, prévision, imprévu, something that is not foreseen. Then prévoyant, when you are aware, when you are foreseeing the things. I don't know in English what is prévoyant in English, let me know. And prévoyance, that's the act of foreseeing. And I'm not good at foreseeing things, but I'm doing my best. So prévoir is the theme of today. Right now I'm going to sip through the end of my espresso, and I am going to leave you with that. Let me know. It was a short one, espresso, what else? And see you for tomorrow for another video. And let's envision something. Envision. Entrevoir. Ah, yeah, that was a word I was not thinking, like entre. In vision, entrevoir. That's also entrevue, when you are seeing someone. Entrevision, there's not so much word about that, but entrevue, like vue, V-U-E is the act of voir. Revue, that's also the term for a magazine. Something probably you can watch again. With that, my friends, I'm going to leave you. I hope that I was not disrupting your co-working. And I am right now. See you tomorrow. Voir. Voyons-nous demain. Demain est un autre jour. And